is, we'd like to learn from your experience in the in the impact investing space. And more especially, what do you wish entrepreneurs who are trying to raise funding, what do they need to know and what do they need to do? So it's really a two-part question. What has been your experience in this space? And then what are some of the things that you wish, entrepreneurs don't know, but they need to know and do to be able to raise funding?
Thank you very much, Chisom. Maybe I'll first start by introducing my organization and a little bit about the impact investing space as a bit of a background. So, my organization is called the Impact Investors Foundation, and our role is to build a vibrant impact investing ecosystem. By impact investing, we mean those investments into companies, organization, or funds that generate social and environmental impact, which is so important. It must be measurable alongside financial returns. And it's a new and exciting ways investors across the world are deploying capital that addresses social developments as summarized in the SDGs. So in Nigeria, what are some of the things we are looking at that impact capital can address? Things like access to energy, which is really poor in Nigeria, access to clean water, sanitation, food insecurity, security issues, quality education, healthcare, etc. These are some things that impact capital can address. And we know that the traditional way that these issues have been addressed is through government sources, philanthropic sources, which are so minute. So we see the role that private capital can be done, can be mobilized to address some of these issues that will preserve capital and as much as provide financial returns to those who need financial return at below market rate, above market rate, etc., or market rate as well. So, what are some of the things that we want to see in this market, especially for those who want to access impact capital? Because for enterprises like yourself, you are addressing a very important need, which is energy access. We want enterprises want to have a clear impact model. So what we have seen in the past years are those who are trying to access capital from impact investors. Now they are not motivated only by financial return, which is clear as I defined earlier on. They are also motivated by impact. So if I invest in you, what are you going to use that money to do? What kind of returns are you going to present to me? Is it clearly defined in your business strategy and your business model? So we see enterprises who are not clear in terms of the impact that they want to, address with investment from an impact investor. So what you're trying to address, your business idea to an investor, is the first thing he wants to see. Is there any market opportunity? Is it commercially viable? Do you have proof of concept? So we want to see enterprises who are very intentional in addressing issues with their business models. The second thing is a clear understanding of your market and the market opportunity. You must have that at the top of your mind, that you are presenting yourself to an investor. You want to present yourself as someone who understands the market. And this kind of shows that you have clear understanding of what you're worth. Then I would say that enterprises sometimes think that money will always come to them, because you have a good business idea, and any investor you meet will be really excited, to come up to you. But the case is that the reality is that investors don't just walk up to you. You have to make that effort to go and do some networking, go for events and training like this one that has been presented to you by Clean Technology Hub. It's so key, it's so important that you seek advice and be willing to pay for this advice. Some of this training, like the ones we do in our organization, is free. I don't know if Clean Tech is doing this free of charge for you, but I'm sure that you cannot put any premium in gaining knowledge in a place like this, because this will help you, one, prepare to meet with investors. Investors have a different kind of psyche. Investors think differently from an innovator or business enterprise. So in this kind of event, you get to understand the mind of an investor. You get to position yourself in a way that you can bargain better with an investor. Then for